Hello. Okay. Welcome to the Midnight Fusion podcast. What episode number is this?
8?
Welcome to episode 8. Mom, I
Oh.
promise I'm sober.
And before this is actually like 9, but never mind. I'm pretty sure it's 8. Anyway.
Anyway, I'm Josh, aka Coolio Butterscotch. With me tonight is Sam,
Hello, how's it going?
Dennis, or Den.
I'm also your mom. Hi.
Sorry about being so drunk all the time, Mom. And our special guest, Devin.
What's up? Glad to be here.
Are you
Glad
sure?
to have you.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not too late. It's not too late.
You can go
Well,
now.
he's glad to be here. We're glad to have him. I'm pretty sure we're both lying, but let's get the show on the road.
Yep. Attempt number, what is this, 3?
3.
We'll get there.
Third time's a charm.
It's actually been recording for a full minute, so we're good.
Technical difficulties.
Anyway,
We had to call an IT guy, and
yeah,
I think
and he was
so,
actually pretty terrible, and then he finally fixed it, and then we were good.
I think he
We
might have
called-
been stoned.
We called the webmaster. He just kept talking about his Uncle Ben and great power and responsibility. Spider-Man jokes. So, where did we leave off? We were in the middle of, before we had technical difficulties, we were in the middle of all of us talking about what we have been playing. So let's start that over. Dan, you want to refresh us on Sword Art Online?
Yeah, the Sword Art Online Reholo fragment. I guess it came up like a week early on the PlayStation Store, and for $20, it's a real nice game. It plays very much like, to me anyway, feels like it plays like either the old Dot Hack games or, like the Tales of series. But again, it is made by Bandai Namco, Bandai, whatever they go by in this day and age.
Why don't they just call themselves Bandco?
That's what I call them.
Nandai?
Namdai.
Bandai.
Anyway,
Yeah,
it's a good
so-
game. It's to anyone who's watched the anime, it's a different story that takes place after the 75th floor. It's like something different happened on that floor, and it's pretty good play. I really enjoy it. It has taken 64 hours of my life so far.
that's quite a bit.
Well, if they ever, I guess final something at Pittsburgh, Distant Worlds, Final Fantasy XII Remake, which I hate myself for not going to, but
Yeah, that was a hoax. Or not a
oh,
hoax.
so it was.
Well, not a hoax, but they've officially denied it at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well, I was going to say, because that would have taken at least 500 hours of my life, much like the PlayStation 2 one. Anyway,
Then, Sam, what's been on your plate?
well, we had a big discussion about Hearthstone. Hearthstone's a big one at the moment, which
Yeah.
is my favorite children's card game at the moment.
digital children card games.
It is.
Do
Oh
you-
yeah.
Do you summon Jaina Proudmoore in attack position?
No, she's actually one of the heroes that you play.
Yeah.
Does she activate trap cards?
No, she has spells, so.
Oh, so she has spell cards. Or magic
Actually,
cards.
you could play as, I think it's Broxigar? Or
I-
whatever his name is?
I don't know,
The
I'm-
hunter.
I'm way behind on Warcraft things. All I
It's
know is
the,
it's by classes rather than names.
Yeah, it's the hunter deck. That one you could technically play trap cards, I believe. Because they are hunter traps.
True. I know. All I know with that one is you shoot arrows at things.
And then you cuss because you lose.
I do. Yeah, some people have like a real bitch fucking deck. It's like a deck that will force you to run out of cards so you lose.
Really?
Yeah, I had one of those the other day. I'm like, thanks. That's
Which class is that?
shit. What were they? I think they might have been priest.
Was their hero a young lad?
Yeah, he's like a blonde dude.
Yeah, it's Anduin Wren. That's the king
yeah.
of Stormwind's son.
There you go. Well, I know
Running
is-
on,
Hmm?
the whole running out of cards things, isn't that very reminiscent to what they did? Because I always remember, I have a bunch of friends who played, World of Warcraft and whatnot. They'd always complain about priests draining them out of everything in PvP.
Yeah, priests just kind of my experience. Well, see, I played a mage in a while, so my experience with priests was just I try and stun them, or like I try and I try and do a Frost Nova. God, I couldn't think of the spell. And then they just, so I'd have to do that so I could stun them. Then they dispel it, and it didn't, whatever I did, they dispel it. Or they'd use every man for himself, because when you PvP as Horde, all you fight is humans.
Anyway, yeah, so lots of that. Lots of Heaven's Ward that finally came out, considering I'm pretty sure we've mentioned Heaven's Ward in every single podcast so far. It did actually come out, finally.
Did we mention it even in the first one? I don't think it was announced in the first one.
Maybe.
I don't know, I'd have to go back and listen to it. Most of the podcasts we've had, we've mentioned it. This is that. And some Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 2. That's been pretty fun. Good strategy game. Which I think I bought in like 2013, and I've only just got around to playing it on Steam.
Well, isn't that the rule on Steam? You're not allowed to play games when you buy them on there. You have to wait like a year.
Or you see a game that's on sale, go, oh, that looks fun. Look at your Steam list. You're like, oh, I've already got it. I'll play it another day.
Or when you get, like I bought a Star Wars Humble Bundle, and it came with Knights of the Old Republic, and I still own that on disc.
Nice.
Like I have to put in like disc 1 install. Now insert this disc. Now insert the play disc. Now insert the final disc.
Actually,
but the cool thing was I was able to just transfer my saves. So.
Oh, nice. A funny thing I heard about Knights of the Old Republic 2. Apparently, there was an update for it recently, in which they finally filled in like the missing part that they didn't do when they originally created it, like the end of the game. I've never finished it myself. At the end of the game, all they had was like some scrolling text that told you what happened.
Yeah, it was oh no, when you would well, basically when you beat the final boss, I won't say its name in case somebody here wants to play it. Some either Den, I know Devin's played it
multiple times.
Yeah, or maybe one of our 5 listeners. But when you beat the final boss, you can ask them some questions, and they'll kind of give you some like insight on the future, and then you basically just fly away from the planet, and it's like some stuff happened. It wasn't good.
Yeah, but what they've done is I think some modders got in and actually recreated at those actual endings, the ending.
Yeah, because there was a lot of cut content from the game.
Yeah, and they've now added that back in, so that there is now an actual proper ending on the game. So
nice, I'll have to.
Yeah, I might have to actually go and play it.
I'll have to buy it because I have the. I bought the first Knights of the Old Republic on PC when I had my school laptop. I mean, this is back when the game was released, and my school laptop, for lack of a better word, was shit when it came to playing games. So when Knights of the Old Republic 2 came out, I'm like, I'll just buy it on my Xbox because, the only time I could get like more than 10 frames per second was in like small enclosed rooms with just my three characters and like maybe 3 enemies. Then I could maybe get 25 frames or 30. I played the entire first Knights of the Old Republic. The game was so good and I was so dedicated to beating it that I played it with my character basically ice skating the entire time. So anyway, so you've been up to that. That's some Star Wars stuff. What have you been playing, Devin?
I have been playing a game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist that was just on the PlayStation Store. So I bought it and having some fun playing children's card games.
Have you risked losing your soul to the Shadow Realm?
Many, many times. They have a mode in here where you go through the different story arcs. So, like, for the first one, you can play through Duelist Kingdom and take on, like, Maximilian, Pegasus, Bandit Keith, and all those guys. You can use story decks that the guys had in the cartoon, or you can use your own custom deck, which I do. I use my 6 samurai deck, and
Beat
Do you get
everyone.
a yeah? Especially wow, that is just such overkill. I remember the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh. Their decks were terrible.
Say goodbye to Exodia!
And that kid that dressed up like a bee.
That's
Do you
right.
get a dual? Do you get a dual him? Do you get a dual bee kid?
B Kid, yep, Weevil Underwood.
No, no.
Believe
There's a episode. I remember it was what's that? Little Crevo. His Yu-Gi-Oh abridged. He was dubbing a scene where there was a kid getting kicked off the island, and he was wearing a yellow and black striped sweater, and he's like, "Oh, I thought dressing up like a bee would help me win."
No, but you get to play as a guy that kicks people off the island. I forget his name.
The pointy hair guy.
There's a pointy hair guy, and there's a guy that has a bandana. It's not Bandit Keith,
Oh
by the
wait,
way.
no, I know what you're talking about. The guy that like he's just there to like kick all the bad players out. Like he plays them, and then he forces them. And he just beats them off the island. That guy.
Yes, that guy has like the giant castle card, and it's like shrouded in darkness. And
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
yep,
That was
you
an
take
ass.
on that guy.
I guess I'll have to get it now.
Nerds. Sorry.
You can't make fun of our digital card game. You don't make fun of your digital card game.
My digital card game has like. Oh no, you guys have tournaments too.
Yeah. That's
Damn
what's
it.
up.
Yeah. No. I'll give
Sadly,
you that one.
not around here, but yeah.
Yeah.
I also picked up Call of Duty Ghost not too long ago as well, and been playing that for
That
only
game-
like
that-
$10.
Yeah, the game came out forever ago.
I'm not real big keen on the Advanced Warfare, so I went back to Ghosts. Didn't like jumping around and stuff.
Too much jetpack.
Yeah.
I like my booster jumps and firing grenades from my Iron Man wrist.
But lots of lulls to be had with my disco laser. Drawing
Ooh,
meters
really?
on walls. You know those supply drops you get in Advanced Warfare?
Yeah.
I got one of the laser guns, you know, the like LMG laser guns. Mine fired like a rainbow laser, and it looked like a disco ball, like a disco laser. And I remember taking it into a match, and I just had to like stop playing and hide in a corner for like the whole match because I was just rolling on the floor laughing, just legitimately,
Just shooting rainbows at people.
just killing people with rainbows.
That actually reminds me. I had a trinket in World of Warcraft on my Orc Warlock, and it gave like plus intelligence or stamina or something. But you could use it as an item, and it would make you shoot a rainbow out of your hand.
I remember that. I had one of those too.
Yeah, so I made a macro where it'd say in party, because I'd use it in dungeons. I'd go into dungeons, and I'd like the tank would pull, and it'd say in party activate Blood Elf attack, and then I'd
Fire laser.
fire a rainbow out of my hand. I got vote kicked out once because of it. The 4 other Blood Elves were not happy with me making fun of them.
Aw.
Hey man, that's not cool, bro.
So anyway, back on topic. You playing anything else, Devin?
Batman Arkham Knight.
Nice.
It's been a really nice game so far, and I can't wait till the August DLC comes out.
I still haven't played it yet, so no spoilers.
Is that free
please.
or is it going to be charged?
It's going to be charged. They just recently released the Matter of the Family. You can buy it solo. You get to play as Batgirl and
Oh,
Robin.
okay. Because I know the kit comes with the cat. Is it Catwoman DLC?
That was Arkham City.
Well,
Yeah, that was Arkham
it
City.
does come with something. The copy I've got ordered comes with some DLC.
It might be some alternative costumes because they are
I'll have to
having
look it
new
up, yeah.
costumes coming out in the August one. What I'm really looking forward to is we get the Michael Keaton Batmobile and Batman
Oh,
skin.
nice.
Yeah, that's the one I would use the entire game. That's just, I mean, that's, for me, that's my childhood.
Yes.
Because Keaton Batman is best Batman.
I might have grown up with the George Clooney and Val Kilmer Batman, but I deny them. Michael Keaton's my favorite Batman.
Oh,
Basically,
sorry.
when I close my eyes, Batman looks like Michael Keaton and sounds like Kevin Conroy.
Yep.
Harley Quinn DLC, pre-order DLC.
Ah,
Ah, that was really fun. It's a little. I was kind of disappointed. Both those DLCs are kind of short, but what can you do?
complain about it on the internet.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
People
we could do
complain
that.
about shit on the internet?
No, never.
It's, no, it's
What
a
is
new
it?
trend. It's great.
So many new trends everywhere, as a matter of fact.
What have you been
Anyways.
playing, Josh?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's my turn. Well, mostly Mortal Kombat X. Love it. Favorite game so far of this year. Just so violent.
Game of the year?
Game of the year, 10 out of 10. 100 out of 100.
11 out of 10, don't you mean?
You're not allowed to play violent games. Stop it.
Yes,
There's
I am.
killing and blood. No.
So much killing and blood. No, it's a lot of fun. I like that they, because it's a continuation of the story from the last Mortal Kombat game, which kind of changed up the timeline. The new characters are, some of them are pretty cool. I really like Cassie Cage. I think she's fun. Though her X-ray move makes me cringe every time I use it, because
Explain
it. Well, see it. Well, she does the splits, and she starts with a punch to the groin. Now it's an X-ray, so you only see meat, muscle, and bone, but you do see the meaty sack,
Ooh.
the meaty, and she just pops them. They just
Oh.
yeah, and then she proceeds to crack the sides of your skull and then shoot you in the eyes. But it's the.
I think
it's
at
the
that
ball
point you don't
buster.
really care.
No, that's fine, but you know, yeah, no, ow.
Yep.
Yeah, the ball buster. Learn
Isn't
that
there-
from a Bade.
Isn't there like one of the characters, isn't it like a midget riding like a big man?
Yeah, Ferrotor. It's this. It's a new race in the game, kind of. Well, they're from Outworld, where like basically almost all the bad guys are from, and she's like this small midget, or just girl. Maybe she's like 8 years old or whatever, and he's just this huge hulking behemoth. And like in Mortal Kombat X, you can pick different variations, and one of theirs is like I forget the names of all of them, but except for Lackey. Lackey is one where you just fight as the big guy, but there's one where basically all your attacks is throwing her at the opponent. It's like
Wow.
you can like slide her on the ground to knock him down, or she'll jump on him and hit him, and yeah, it's just great. And then she runs in the background and climbs back on top. It's delightful. But I'm still mostly Scorpion or Reptile, 9 times out of 10, because those are my go-tos in the past.
Now,
That's-
like, is the Mortal Kombat roster like still there? Like, it's like Jax and Striker and whatnot in it, or
Striker is not, Jax is there. Basically, all the famous Mortal Kombat characters, the cast you would expect, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, Ermac, Sonya, Jax, Johnny Cage, Kano, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Kitana, Melina. Jade is not there, Jade is dead. But
Oh.
Kitana, one of her variations, actually uses Jade's special moves. So you can kind of have Jade through Kitana. It's kind of weird like that. Quan Chi, Shinnok, and then you have the new characters, like the new hero characters, Cassie Cage, which is Johnny Cage and Sonya's daughter. And then you got, Jackie Briggs, which is Jax's daughter. And then Takeda, which is Kenshi's son, and Kung Jin, who is a ancestor or descendant. He's somehow related to Kung Lao.
They're very
That's-
original with the names, aren't they?
Yeah. Kung, Kung, Jin, Ji, Ha, Jujo. And you also see Bo Raicho in the cutscenes, but he's not playable. I think they might have, maybe someone's modded him in the PC version, I don't know. I know in the PC version some people modded Baraka into the game, because you can fight Baraka in the story, but he's not playable. They just took his Mortal Kombat 9 Baraka and just put him in as a fight, but on PC, some modders like got them out and made them playable. But it's just in K9 Baraka. So, yeah. So that's where almost most of my time's been, and I've been playing the first Witcher game on PC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because my roommate's got the third one, and I want to play through the first two before I jump into that.
I've got the first two. I haven't got the third one yet, but yeah.
I'm
I've
really
been hearing
enjoying
it doesn't overly matter if you play 1 and 2 before 3.
Yeah, I don't think it does, but just they were on sale on Steam.
That's why I got them.
Yeah.
I might play that one day.
Yeah, roommate actually bought them for me. So I decided to not wait the 1 year before you play a Steam game and just played it right away.
Wow. When did I get Dawn of War
Tradition.
2? I think I got Dawn of War 2 in 2013, so it's like 2 years. I'll look it up while we're while we're talking about it. Cool. Oh, that's a nice catch up for shit.
For us.
Yeah, has it been? It's been a few months. Probably 3 months, maybe.
I'd say, yeah, about 3. That's when I left. Before, when I was finding a job, moving. Do you know that moving is a pain in the ass?
Mm-hmm.
You have to take, like, all these things you own and put them in boxes, only to take them back out.
And the worst part about it, it's like, oh, my room's small, there's nothing in it, and then he's like, I didn't know I had all this shit!
Yep. You're like, you fill up, you see, once you get to like the 10th box, you're like, where did all this shit come from? I'm surely I don't have this much stuff.
Yeah. And
that you do.
And then the family comes to help. And it's because before it's like, I'm just going to, take my PC and my consoles and stuff. And you got all that stuff boxed up, and then family comes to help out. And it's, oh, Josh, why don't we leave behind? Do you really play your NES or your Super Nintendo anymore? You can just leave those here. No, those aren't. Well, you're going to have to leave something. I'll leave the clothes. Mail them to me. You're going to need clothes. I'm wearing clothes.
I've got enough on now. That's it.
When we move, I'll just wear 4 outfits.
Yep.
At once. I will pack the clothes on me.
Well, I mean, that's what I do. I wear like 3 pairs of shorts at any given time.
And then, of course, they try to be rational about it. No, well, how about I just mail this to you? No, it's very important that I am able to play Mega Man 2 and Zelda 2 on the original NES, not emulated, with the little box controller, because it's the only thing keeping me from going crazy.
Yep.
And it does feel super comfy. Dead air.
Yep. Alright, well, there's been a lot of shit happened while we've been gone. E3 happened.
E3 did happen.
That was a big thing, as per usual. Although Gamescom seems to be starting to overtake it a bit.
Gamescom's had some nice stuff so far.
Isn't Gamescom like maybe a little bit more open to I know E3 will, or they do, but isn't Gamescom just a bit more friendly about it?
Yeah, well, Gamescom has like public. The first day is just media and developers.
I think maybe the word I'm looking for is it's more accessible.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I think it's either 3 or 4 days. The first day is all press and that's it, and then the other few days are all public. So, which is how it should be, I think.
Yeah. I caught most of E3. I caught what I basically wanted to see from them. Well, the thing is, I was I was in the process of moving. Me and my now roommate were staying with some family of his. Their internet wasn't. It would like kind of have good days and bad days, and yeah, I was having a bad day. But I got to see the Doom stuff. I was really excited for the new Doom. I got to see that, so I was happy. And then then you guys flipped out about Fallout 4, and that happened.
Well, probably only me, really. I'm the only. I mean, there's probably 2 games I'm looking forward to from it. Is Fallout 4 is probably the first one, and the Final Fantasy VII remake if it does come out.
I'm hoping that Steve Blum voices Vincent. That'd make my day.
You would hope they would get all the voices from like Advent Children.
Yeah, I like the voice cast they got for Advent Children and Dirge. They kept him for Dirge and
Crisis Core
Crisis
as well?
Yeah, yeah. The guy who's done, I think he's done Cloud and everything. The guy they got for Advent Children.
Mm.
They're basically okay. It's your Cloud for everything now. Crisis
We
Core, Dissidia.
should probably look
Dirge.
him up, shouldn't we? Cloud Voice Hector. Steve Burton.
There we go. Sounded like you said Steel Steve Burton, but
Accents, hooray.
hooray. Yeah, I need to catch up making fun of your goofy accent.
Yep. Isn't that what this podcast is about?
Yep. Chili box.
Wheelie bins?
Garage.
Garage. I don't know, what games do you guys like or are looking forward to?
Like I said, Doom.
Doom?
Yeah,
The new
Fair enough.
Dissidia coming out.
that looks cool.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty because it's the other ones I didn't mind, but they had too much like RPG stuff in it.
Yeah, see, I was kind of hoping for more of a, like, don't I like Dissidia and Duodecim. I like them the way they are. But
Everyone hated playing with me.
yeah, because you broke the system.
Also,
I did not.
it was just on P. It was odd that they just put it on PSP.
Yeah. But I was kind of hoping for more of like a Capcom versus style game, like how they do Capcom versus SNK or Capcom versus Marvel.
Yep.
You know, all that shit. I was hoping for just like a fighter with the characters, and it looks like this version's going to be more like that.
Well, like I never say this name properly. Guys.
Air Guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one of those names where I don't know how you say it. I just say
Yeah.
Air Guys.
But shit, when did that come out? That was like 90.
97.
Yeah. I've actually seen a arcade cabinet version of it.
I've played an arcade cabinet version of
Yeah,
it.
I played it as well. I stayed at like a random holiday park or something, and they had like a little arcade. I'm like, arcade. It's like, oh, no way. They've got
Yeah, I
those
saw it
guys.
at a game shop that they sold. They sold Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic cards. Me and my friend were there for D&D stuff, but they had the arcade, and I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, I just pumped money into it and picked Cloud and beat everybody with the Buster Sword.
Nice.
Which is kind of what Din does with Jack. He just kind of beats people with a giant sword.
I got good with the jacked combos, and then the reason everyone, no one would play with me is I always used good bronze, and I had him so decked out in that like infinite burst stuff or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you just got your full like burst gauge. You might as well just
Yep.
put down your PSP because I'm
You
not
did.
going to let you attack ever again.
Just get Luke hanged in the corner. Which is
And the thing about it is I didn't spam. Like, I didn't sit there and, like, spam Superman lasers. Like, I would legitimately pull off, like, combos. But, yeah, everyone's like, oh, I'm not going to play with you. You're just going to use good bronze, and you're just going to win. It's like, ah.
I like, though, that you're like, well, I didn't just spam one button. I use combos. Corner fucking is corner fucking. I don't care what you're doing.
But you really couldn't get people stuck in a corner in that, though.
Yeah, it was a little bit harder, but you could lock people down.
You could air juggle them if you could get them.
Yeah, that was the thing with Gabrantha, is like you slam them on the ground, get them back in the air, slam them back on the ground, get them back in the air, and just repeat combo till win.
Yeah, Squall had a combo like that, where you just like get them in the air and just like repeatedly stab them with the gun blade, and the last hit stabs them in the ground, but they bounce up so you can hit them in the air again.
Just repeat till win.
Yeah.
Always use Sephiroth. He was my go-to guy. Cloud was my second go-to guy, but I kept spamming that Omni Slash version 5.
Shit. My general strategy was either Squall and try and corner fuck or lockdown, whatever you want to call it. And then if I was playing against a character that generally used one of those rush strategies, I would play Kefka and just play the range game. Just stand back and throw magic.
See, people like you are the reason I like to use Spheria. It's like, I'm going to use magic. How about I'm just going to shield bash it and make it hit you instead?
Yeah, but he doesn't say pew pew when he shoots his laser like Kefka does.
Fucking Kefka.
I'm kind of curious. Like the roster for that looks good so far. They've confirmed Ramza as one of the characters.
Really? That's cool.
Yep, Ramza. Yep, Ramza's kind of confirmed character.
It sounds like,
Yustola.
yeah, it sounds like they're going for like lesser known characters this time round. I'm assuming they'll have some of the big ones as well, but
Yeah. I just hope one of his abilities is throw stone.
Yeah.
throws a rock.
Surprisingly enough, the first Final Fantasy game I ever played was Final Fantasy Tactics, and I loved every minute of it.
No, definitely a great game. I'd love to see more of those.
I just like it that you can, at the end of the game, when you have all the jobs, you know, maxed out, you can be like super badass. You can still just throw a rock. It's like,
sometimes you just need to throw a rock. You're out of MP. What are you supposed to do?
I wish that worked in 14.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see how they do it. You know, maybe give them like how Furion has a shield bash. Maybe if someone has like a ranged attack, he'll get the catch ability and throw it back. Like it's like, I'll get hit, catch, throw.
You just throw a rock back and forth.
That'll be a special Pixel Exile Plays episode.
Yep.
Watch two of us. Watch how many times we can play catch with a rock.
We'll just play like ping pong on teams with rocks.
It's a shame. Actually, is Roar of the Lions on PC? I think it is.
Is it?
I think so.
It might be.
I know it's on Android and iOS.
Yeah.
And you can probably emulate it, PSP.
That's because I never actually got the original. It never came out on PlayStation over here. So the first time I ever played it was the War of the Lions version on PSP, which I never finished.
They changed. There's some stuff that's changed from the PSP to the PS1. Like there's like they call stuff differently, like some of the attacks and like some of the classes and stuff.
They it was weird in the original release on PlayStation. They still used the standard Ice 1, Ice 2, Ice 3 for the spells, but then in the PSP it's Blizzard, Blizzara, Blizzaga, Blizzaja.
That sounds right. I'm wrong. It's unfortunately it's not on PC. You can buy Type 0 on PC though, apparently.
Yep.
Did not know that.
I still need to get my hands on that one.
Also a lot cheaper than what I paid for it too. Ugh.
Such an amazing game. I really enjoyed it.
Still need to finish that as well. That's all my years been. It's like, hey, this is a cool game. Oh look, there's another one.
We just need to sit down like sometime and just play through a lot of those, because we never finished Dying Light, did we?
No, we never finished that.
Yeah. There are two games I want to start playing. A new Godzilla game came out for the PS4. I want to.
I hear that's pretty shit.
Gojira?
It's a Godzilla game. I haven't played one since the Super Nintendo. I still want to play it.
Right,
and the Lego Jurassic Park game is supposed to be pretty cool.
You can make your own dinosaur creations in that. Like you can, because quick. I don't know. Have either any of you seen Jurassic World?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you know the whole plot about the Indominus Rex. It's genetically engineered. Yeah, basically in the game, after you beat it, or at some point, you basically get to do that.
Nice.
So you can make like a Velociraptor with Stegosaurus spikes and Triceratops horns.
Ooh, that sounds pretty cool.
You get it's Lego Jurassic World, but it's also Lego Prehistoric God.
Did they do the other movies as well?
I don't know. I think it's just Jurassic World.
Oh, okay.
They have all the Jurassic Park movies in that game.
Oh, they do? That's what I thought. I thought it was probably similar to the Star Wars one.
There was a cutscene I watched. It made me laugh. It'll probably make you guys laugh. But in the Lost World, remember when the T-Rex jumps off the boat and goes up the dock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On the side, you see the orca from Jaws, and the three characters are on it, and they look at the T-Rex while it's running past, and they say, "I think we need a bigger boat."
Nice.
Is it voice acted this time?
Yep, it's voice acted.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't think they'd have the other games.
Yeah, because it's only the last couple of Lego games that they've actually done like proper voice acting, like all of them just being funny. They like Oh, he fell over. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, like the what were the first like the Batman ones? Those were pretty old. The first Batman one, I played that
Mm.
one, and it was just kind of pointing and
Yeah.
like maybe you get a Joker laugh. I'm still kind of shocked that in Jurassic World Lego game they included all the movies because didn't we agree like as like not just as Americans but as the world itself at the UN to all forget Jurassic Park 2?
It was brought up at the UN convention.
Yeah.
I would like to table that Jurassic Park 3 never existed. Yep, passed.
Yep, done.
Bang.
Never happened.
Next.
But by the way the world runs, especially nowadays, some guys like, no, it was the best movie ever. We can't do that.
Shut up.
I heard some people didn't like Jurassic World, which was surprising. I thought it was awesome.
It was good.
I really enjoyed
Yeah,
It was very nostalgia-y, which is I think is what everyone wanted.
it. It had a good amount of nostalgia. It had a good enough like new stuff. I was just hoping for a bit more. My complaint about it was the same complaint I had for Lost World. Kind of was it's like, oh look at the Stegosaurus, look at the Diplodocus, we're going to mention Pachycephalosaurus, but we're not going to show them more than 5 minutes. They didn't even show Pachycephalosaurus. They just mentioned it. It's like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, they're headbutting and they're shorting out their things. We'll show it. Maybe go out there. Maybe take the guy. I mean, I get it's a Hollywood movie. It's got to hit at certain beats per page. But damn it, I love dinosaurs and I want to see dinosaurs.
Are we going to talk about any spoilers or
For,
It's been
for-
out. for Jurassic
Yeah.
World? It's been out for a while.
Yeah.
yes.
The ending, the ending where the original T-Rex fights the Indominus. What is it?
Indominus.
Indominus Rex.
King
that was
of
probably-
kings.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah. And not just the T-Rex. I mean, Blue got in there too. The Beta Raptor.
That's right.
She got in there.
Did you guys notice that whenever the T-Rex did come out, when she was running through, it looked like a giant dinosaur skeleton? That was the Spinosaurus from 3.
Yeah, I did notice that. I like that. A little, take that, 3, worst movie ever.
Now,
Yep.
was T-Rex? Was it the original T-Rex?
It was.
Yep,
It is the
it was.
original Tyrannosaurus Rex
one
from the
from
first
one.
movie.
Yeah.
They basically, like, in the, because I was reading stuff about the movie, like, the basic story is that when they went back to the first island where the park was actually built and decided to build a park again, any dinosaurs they could find that were still alive that were roaming around, they repinned them.
Ah, okay.
So if you go back, or like when the movie comes out on Blu-ray or something, if you watch it, you can see even before the fight when she's coming out, there's scars on her from the
Oh,
From the
yeah.
From the Raptors. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that makes sense.
from the
I
end
was
of the first one.
getting kind of scared when she was losing a little bit. I was like, "Do not kill my childhood."
No.
Yeah, no, you don't kill T-Rex. I mean that's how you start Civil War II.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the Jurassic World tangent.
Yes, dinosaurs.
Any other E3 games people were keen on?
Well, there was an announcement that the new Tales game is going to be on PS4, as well as the most recent one that came out is coming out on PS4.
So they're redoing it for it, or
They're just porting it.
okay?
Yeah. I think didn't I link that on my Facebook for you, and you basically typed an orgasm sound out.
Oh no, I wasn't typing it out. I was sounding it out too.
Yeah.
Oh,
He,
okay.
he recorded an audio clip and then uploaded it for you.
Oh yeah,
And then just transferred to text.
pretty much. It said it was too graphic for humans to see,
Yeah. So it automatically censored it.
just like everything else in America.
Yeah. I don't know. How do you guys feel about like a Final Fantasy VII remake?
God, it's
You go. Let's take turns. You first, Josh.
Oh, we want to get the longest out of the way.
Sure.
Because, I mean, I was a Final Fantasy fan in like 2nd, 4th grade. when it was like when we had Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 4 and we called it Final Fantasy 2 because we didn't know any better. But it was always niche RPG stuff. There was other kids in my class that, yeah, they would play Mortal Kombat or they play the Beavis and Butthead game on Sega Genesis. But then like, oh, you got a new game on Super Nintendo? Let me come over. Oh, this is stupid. Can you kill that guy? No, he's a church guy that resurrects my characters. Well, it's stupid. Just kill everybody. And it's like, fucking go home, Bryce. Nobody likes you. So, when 7 came out, 7 was... I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but this is my basic opinion on it. If you look at during the 80s, when Michael Jackson released Thriller was an album that everybody owned. Like, it didn't matter if you were like, you listen to heavy metal, punk, or whatever. Everybody seemed to own Thriller. That's what Final Fantasy VII was. Like, you had the guys who played only Madden owning copies of Final Fantasy VII. And it became so popular that I think, like, I want to see a remake of it. I want to see it cleaned up in certain aspects, but I'm worried that they're just going to shoot themselves in the foot because there's already all these articles coming out with them saying, like, they plan to do this differently. Yeah. They plan to change this. They want to make the story more this. They're already announcing they're like, well, it's not just an HD... It's not an HD cleanup like Final Fantasy X was and X-2. It's a completely remade up from the ground, and I think I'm getting the feeling, and it might just be because I'm pessimistic, it's going to piss off more people than it's going to make people happy.
You would hope if they get the original guy back in that it wouldn't change too much, but obviously Square Enix are like, hey, it's not the late 90s anymore. Probably need to make a few changes to the battle. I think they said the battle system specifically.
If I may jump in here for all that, I think that was the big thing, if you remember, when they were talking about, everyone's like, oh, just remake 7, when that was, like, really popular. If you remember right, one of the big things they said about Final Fantasy VII, and when they initially didn't want to redo it, was the fact that it's like, we'd want to change everything way too much, because porting a PlayStation 1 game to, PS3 graphics it's a new game, a new engine.
Yeah.
They'd have to redo it all entirely from the ground up. It's essentially making a brand new game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't know, in some of the articles I've read via nichegamer.com, it's really hard to get a beat on it because they're like, we're going to change this, but don't worry, it's still going to be familiar. So it's like, our battle's still going to be turn-based, and you're going to make them extremely cinematic looking. Like, if you look at 7 right now, if you play any version of 7, every time Cloud attacks, he just swings the Buster Sword. Are you just going to make it so every time he attacks, he does Advent Children attacks? Like he does a couple backflips and then a pirouette and then slices twice for 700 damage? Or is it going to be like Final Fantasy 15's combat? Or is it... One thing that'll irritate the shit out of me, like, 13 is okay kind of where it is. Like, I don't... It's definitely not one of the best Final Fantasy games. It is very low on the chart. But I can still play through it and get some enjoyment. But I don't want that battle system for 7.
No, that's true.
Especially when one character... Like, Vincent Valentine's Limit Breaks, who, and I agree with Devin, better be voiced by Steve Blum, because that's just, like, the best match ever. Like, his limit breaks are based around him being uncontrolled during combat. He turns into a monster, you can't control him anymore, he's berserk. So, but then you're gonna, like, what if they use 13 system, so you're not controlling them anyway? Then who cares? It's, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully we can trust them and they know what they're doing. I hope. I mean, I suppose the big thing I'm looking forward to is that hopefully they'll redo, well, you would hope they'd redo all the music again as well.
So, those midis have some charm.
Not today. Not today. That was one of the big reasons I liked Advent Children so much, was hearing the remade versions of very like Genova and One Winged Angel and all those cool songs.
Yeah, but special guest Devin, what's your take on
it? I'm leaning more towards what you have said. I hope they don't mess it up. I do want to see some parts in HD, Like, I do want to see Cloud dress up like a girl. I think that'd probably be really funny.
Yeah. It's the thing is, one thing that gets me about that is that the whole point of that side quest is you get more pretty items to make yourself passable to Don
That's right.
Corneo. I'm kind of curious as to how sexy they're gonna go. Like, is it like if I make my silk dress, because I always went silk dress, and then I always got like the sexy underwear from the Beehive place or the Honeybee Inn. Is my Cloud going to come out in like this Chun-Li style Chinese dress with fishnet stockings and blonde pigtails?
So what you're saying is our Cloud going to come out and be fat material, right? I mean, is that what we're aiming for here?
Yeah. Is he going to, out of my so-called Final Fantasy waifu list, is he going to knock Lulu off the top slot?
That
Oh god.
would be quite terrifying, actually.
Imagine the spa scene.
Oh, the bar scene.
No,
Yeah.
No, not the bar scene.
I can't wait to pop squats with those dudes in the gym.
The hot tub scene. Not the bar scene, the hot tub scene.
Yeah. We call them spas over here.
I thought you said bar.
No,
I
spa.
thought it said spars, like, sparring.
Spa. SPA.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Or say, we'll make him for how he talks again.
Hello, Brute. You like watching video?
What Dave? It's really good.
Did you say what do?
What
I said,
do?
oh, Dave. I really do
Say
not
what
watch
do?
it.
What do?
See, when we do your accent, you can't understand what it is, so you can't be mad at us.
You've known me for
clear.
like 10 years, so you should by now.
No,
Oh,
it's
that's
clearly
really
the
been
accent.
that long?
Probably not. No.
I think it's like
7 or 8.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there we go. That was a good discussion. What else?
But-
Heavenswood? Do we want to talk about that? Not really. Probably not.
I think it's overused for us at this point,
Yeah.
but that's...
It came out. We liked it. We're waiting for more.
I haven't had much time to play it, but
Josh hasn't played it.
I have.
I haven't played it.
I've played. I'm level 54,
Okay.
and Machinist 31, almost 32.
Machinist is fun.
I've enjoyed the low levels of it. But going back to Final Fantasy 7 real quick, like, yeah, I hope they don't screw it up. So I'm glad Devin's in my camp. I hope we still get like the open world, like we still get to do the airship thing, because that's been taken away from us in so many Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
it's
games.
been a
now.
while since we've had a proper airship.
But speaking of, and it's why I mention it because it's a great segue.
Yeah.
According to an article, again, I get all my news from Niche Gamer because I like their layout. It's easy to read.
We'll put a link in the thing.
Yeah.
A link in the description.
The Square Enix is getting help from the Just Cause devs to make airships in Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I actually heard about that. But it's not going to be available at launch by the sound of it. It might be a DLC thing later on.
Yeah, it's one of the guys, Tabata, said, it's my personal goal to include airships that are able to fly around in a complete scale.
Hmm.
I mean,
And
But that's cool. I mean, the Just Cause guys do some really cool stuff, so...
well, the thing is, here it says Final Fantasy 15 is currently 65% complete with a release set for sometime before 2017.
Yeah, actually, me and Dan were talking about this yesterday, the day before.
recently, anyway.
Yeah.
But back on Final Fantasy VII, and I'll let you guys kill it off. I have to say this: for someone who's never actually finished it, like myself, it could be a good thing. Like
Hopefully, you can get like more a bigger audience or a new audience, because I mean, since
think-
that game came out, there's been a new generation of people.
I'm
Yeah,
going to be a little brutally honest here. I don't think anyone under the age of maybe 20 is really going to get into it, though.
I think that's their justification for any changes. They don't want to just... I mean, they don't just want to release what basically me and Devin want, because that's going to make all the old fans happy. But then it's just going to be me and Devin going up to like all these 20-year-old gamers going, "You have to play this. It's like the best game ever." And they get it and they're like, "Why does it take so long?" So I think that's why they're considering all these changes. But at the same time, I hope they don't just... I hope they just don't mold the game into some Final Fantasy 13-esque abortion.
Yeah.
Another
Well,
thing about Final Fantasy VII as well. One more thing. I hope there is a skip button for the Knights of the Round Table summon.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God. No, they need to make it twice as long.
No.
more flashy, twice
Oh
as long.
no.
It's like a
Triple the
14.
length.
It's like a 14-minute scene.
I wonder if
I
I wonder if
had
you'll
to-
get it the same way.
I had to sit through Titus's laugh sequence in HD. I do not need
Yeah.
that too.
Well, you watch it once to see how fun it, how good it looks, but then after that, be like, yep, I'll skip it.
Okay.
If they can put a Final Fantasy VIII style short version in it, that would be good.
Or 10, how like the first time you summon it, you see the full cutscene.
Yeah.
Second time, it's just the like
A
final
little,
hit.
yeah, brief one.
Yeah, because oh god, Knights of the Round. But they could just double it, add like triple, quadruple, a million more lens flares.
Yeah.
Each knight gives an introduction before his attack. I am Sir Lancelot. I use a lance, kind of like Sid Highwind. Now allow me to attack.
And then he attacked.
999.
All right. Is that will that conclude our Final Fantasy VII, and we'll move into 15 again?
For about 5
Sure.
minutes, yeah.
Okay. Before you remember something you want to say.
Another
I
great
forgot
thing
to
about the
mention-
original 7.
No, because because
Wait.
Gamescom has been on. What? Sorry. Are you just gonna troll me?
No,
again?
I'm not trolling. Now in HD, I can be called stupid and be given a grenade.
There we go.
Well, that reminds me of something I forgot to mention during the Fallout talk. Where the Fallout robot, like they're going to program a bunch of names it can say.
Yep.
And it will call you by name, and apparently fuckface is on the list.
So I hear. Which I suppose is pretty cool.
Which,
It better sound out your name. Hello, I am eat cupcakes and shit all over the place.
I don't think I'll be that specific.
It's like, you one of those things you type it out and the voice or the text to voice thing or the text, you know what I mean?
Text to
Anyway.
speech.
That's right. Computer lingo is too tough for me.
But yes, yeah. So yeah.
Oh, so I forgot to mention. Okay, I'm being serious now. Go ahead.
Anyway, at games, I watched the Final Fantasy 15. What would they call it? Active time something or other at
Active
active time report.
There we go. I was a bit disappointed they didn't have a release date, but it sounds like there is a release date coming at PAX Prime, so I don't mind as much now. I wish they'd just said that, no release date yet, sorry, but there will be something at PAX Prime. If they'd said that, no, I would have had no problems.
Didn't they actually have to get like threatened or just
Yeah,
a
a lot of media had to say, hey, people are not really interested anymore. What's going on? They're like, oh no, it's coming. Yeah, we'll PAX Prime, or we'll announce something at PAX Prime.
Yeah, because, I mean, this
then
is...
PAX Prime comes around. It's just like release date coming soon at this event. This is going to repeat until it's probably just going to be released overnight. That's my feeling, and I mean,
The most
It's
like,
just-
hey, it's on the store now. I'm like,
it's
"Ooh,
out
okay."
tomorrow. What? I wish we would have known about this a year ago.
Yeah.
Super surprise. But yeah, I mean, this game has had the development. I mean, it's almost as bad as Duke Nukem Forever.
I really hope it doesn't end up like that.
Well, yeah, I hope not either. But I mean, there is no other Final Fantasy game release that I can think of at the moment where we can do this, where we can talk about it the way we talk about 15. Where it's like, hey, remember when this game was called Final Fantasy Versus 13 and was a PlayStation 3 exclusive, set to release shortly after 13's release?
Yep.
Before we even knew there was going to be a 13 too? Before that was even an idea.
Also, Lightning Returns.
Yeah.
Lightning
Hey!
returns Final Fantasy 13 because she was upset with how it turned out. So she returned it and bought Assassin's Creed 3 and was still disappointed.
Hey,
What?
yes, Assassin's Creed 3 was pretty bad.
Yeah,
She should have brought 4, or waited for 4.
yeah. I like 4. That's still my favorite. I finally finished Revelations.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Revelations wasn't too bad.
Oh, it reminds me, the other game. So going back to the very first minute of the podcast, I've also been playing Metal Gear Peace Walker. Let's just get that out there. With my roommate, we're co-oping through it.
Fair enough. I have actually
Yeah.
seen that running on PC. It looks really, really, really nice.
The HD version on PS3 is really slick. So,
Is it on PS3?
yeah, the HD collection.
Oh, my bad.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You're no Peace Walker. I'm talking about Ground Zeroes.
Oh, there's the problem. Yeah, Ground Zeroes is just...
Yeah, Ground Zeroes looks it looks really, really like a friend of mine. He's got a higher spec PC than me, and it runs in 60 frames and all that guff. It looks very nice.
I haven't played a Metal Gear game since I believe they're called VR missions for the PS1.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
I remember that. That came out separately, didn't it?
Yeah, that's the first one I ever played. I liked it. I got a few levels out of it and really enjoyed it.
I just, yeah, I didn't get into Metal Gear until... Because I brought it up before I moved in with my roommate, Zach. And he's a big fan of the series, so he's like, no, you gotta play him, you gotta play him. So I ended up buying 4, and I played through that, and I'm like, okay, this is really good. It's incredibly cutscene heavy, but, like, God, some of the cutscenes just took forever before, like, getting to the next mission. But then there was this, like, I don't know what half of what they're talking about. Like, I can kind of get the gist of it. Like, I can see why this is bad. I can see why this is bad. But there's always, like, other pieces. It's like, you remember Colonel Da-Da-Da from Da-Da-Da? No, Otacon, I don't. But then I got the HD collection, and yeah, I've now played through, and I really regret not playing them sooner because they're incredible. They are.
3 is probably my favorite.
3 was, yeah,
Because the things they tried to do on the PS2 that, I mean, you wouldn't think the PS2 could do that kind of stuff. Like food that would spoil if you weren't playing the game.
yeah, and the boss that you can beat by just not playing for a week.
Yeah, you just let him die. or you can kill him right at the start too.
Yeah, if you're quick enough and shoot him
Take
while he's
him
in the
out.
wheelchair.
Yep, you're like, haha, pew, up. There you go. Don't have to worry about
Then
it.
you don't get his camo.
That's
You
true.
lose
It was a
things.
fun fight though, because you're like, I'm trying to snipe him, and he sees you and shoots you. So you got to be really sneaky and try and like avoid the sun glinting off your scope.
Yeah. No, I like the detail Kojima puts in his games, but that's thinking about that now makes me sad.
So
'Cause
much sad news.
Konami
Yeah,
acted
Iwata.
damn fool.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Thanks, Konami.
can we blame Iwata's death on Konami too?
Sure.
I'm sad about that.
Yeah, I was when I heard about it. I don't know. It's just, especially with after what happened at E3, because they showed off some stuff at E3 and they did that whole puppet thing, which was kind of cute and funny. But then everyone was just kind of like their E3 performance wasn't strong. It just kind of felt underwhelming, and then people complained, and he said, he's like, sorry, we got more stuff coming, we'll. It's kind of like when you see movies where there's that scene where the kid's upset at his dad, and he's like, "I hate you, Dad," and then the dad drives away to go to work, but then he gets hit by a train, and the kid's like, "The last thing I ever said to my father was how much I hate him." It's
you're hitting me right in the feels. You stop this.
Midnight Fusion cry cast going on a field trip. But no, Iwata was, sometimes there are things where it's kind of like, Iwata, you kind of need to get your head in the game a little bit better. But then he did, great stuff. Not to mention all the games he worked on before he was president.
Okay.
Earthbound and all that.
Those were very fun games back in the day.
Earthbound. What else do you work on? Balloon Fight.
Balloon Fight. I really enjoyed Balloon Fight.
See, we used to play Earthbound in school in computer class. Lots of fun. That and Pokemon Red.
Did you have an emulator or something, or an actual?
Yeah, we got it off of my buddy's flash drive and plugged
yeah.
it into your. We also played the one of the Quake games. Like we all went to the library and we had a giant like tournament going.
Nice.
Good old
We used to do
Quake
that in
lands.
computer class. We used to play Quake all the time in computer class.
Lands aren't a thing anymore. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, that's
Damn you,
yeah,
internet! You've ruined lands.
ruined local co-op.
Mm.
But, real quick, yeah, he also Iwata. He Earthbound, uh, an NES golf game. I forget the full name. And he helped with the Kirby game. He worked on the Kirby games and Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what I like what he said. When he said games are meant to just be one thing, fun for everyone.
Yep.
So, hats off to that guy.
Indeed.
And I think maybe that modern developers, current AAA devs, should take note of that and bring back lands and local co-op, because it kind of pisses me off when a game doesn't have local co-op anymore.
You know, a lot of companies, a lot of people were very saddened by Iwata. Like, you know, the guys over from, you know, Bungie had said, you know, look, Iwata's was a great inspiration to us all. Guys over at Sony, you know, a
Yeah,
lot of
Sony.
people were like, this really impacted us. You know, Mr. Iwata was a huge part of our childhood growing up, and we respect him for what he did, and it's just so sad.
Yeah, it's his death really stopped the gaming world for a couple days. Like you said, Sony, because you know me, I'm always checking my Twitter, seeing what's going on. I
Right.
saw tweets from Sony, from Microsoft. It was like, you know, all the companies, YouTubers, JonTron, game, you know, everybody.
Mm.
Just it was a big loss, and he was taken too serious. You know, he's sick with, I forget what he had. Which makes it sound like I don't care. But
Pancreatic? Something. It was something to do with the. Was it like? Oh, maybe the bile duct or something.
Yeah, mile back.
It was something like oddly specific.
Something you don't hear of every day, really.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh well. I suppose on that note, anyone got anything else?
Anything happy?
Yeah. We'll go
Yeah,
out. We'll go out on a happy thing.
Still on Nintendo though. Nintendo new console, mayhaps.
Maybe.
Oh, the NX. No, they're already announcing games that are going to be on the NX. I don't remember what it was I was seeing, but there was some just this game, PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, Nintendo NX.
I mean, my biggest thing, and I will definitely buy one if, and I mean this is an if. I did not like the Wii myself. The Wii U, I hear, kind of redeemed the Wii, but I will buy the Nintendo X if it comes with a legitimate controller. Like, that goes without saying. If it has a controller that looks like a controller and not something I have to flail my arms around to use, I'll buy it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Nintendo Wii U has the touchpad, but the thing is, it's big. I've heard when you play with it, you get used to it. Now, see, this is the part where it sounds like we're just bashing Nintendo and Iwata and everything. I mean, it's just, I don't know, for my case, I am just so much more comfortable with a controller. That's one of the reasons I don't get into PC gaming as much as other people have, is keyboard and mouse just always feels a little off to me. I can get used to it. Like I said, I've been playing The Witcher. I can get used to it, but I like my comfy. You know.
I can't play without a controller. If there's not a controller in my hand, I was able to play two games with keyboard and mouse. Final Fantasy XI, RuneScape. Those are the only two games I ever played with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, like I said, for me, I can get used to it. I mean, Portal 2, basically any FPS I have. And I know there's the arguments out there that the PC musters and everything. It's so much better this, it's so much better this. I can see that. I can easily see it. But I just prefer a controller because it's just more comfortable to me. It's, and I don't know, I'm not being competitive. I'm not playing multiplayer.
Just have fun.
Yeah, and some games like The Witcher, I have to use a keyboard and mouse. So it's like just I just have to deal with it, and I do. I would prefer a controller, but I can. Like I would prefer a normal controller, but if I have to use the Wii U thing, or the touchpad on the Wii U or the Wii U wiggle stick,
Wii U wiggle.
the Wiimote or whatever. But yeah, it's like I want to get a Wii U because I really want to play Bayonetta 2. But and this is I agree with you, Dan, because when I look at it, when I consider purchasing one, I immediately add in the cost of a Wii U, either new or used, with a new or used copy of Bayonetta 2, with the cost of what they call the Wii U Pro Controller, which is essentially an Xbox controller, but with the I can't think of the word.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
How the sticks aren't like the Xbox sticks or like the PlayStation sticks where they're symmetrical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But instead of being at the bottom, they're at the top.
Mm.
It's
Yep. No, I have
really,
seen those.
Yeah, it's weird looking, but and then
Kinda
again,
makes sense.
yeah.
I mean, it's I grew up on Nintendo. Like, that was my thing. Like, Zelda was my childhood. Zelda, Donkey Kong, like Nintendo was me up until the PlayStation 2, and even then, GameCube when that era first came out, if that was even a thing, GameCube was the very first quote new console that I got. Then, I loved that. Got the Mario Kart again, Zelda.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4. And that's another thing. That Resident Evil 2, HD remake coming.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, if it wasn't for Nintendo, I wouldn't be the gamer or gaming enthusiast I am today. I received it on my 7th birthday. I even, I don't remember asking for it. I just opened the box, and I remember, my mom said, she's like, no, you asked for it. But I recall opening the gift and saying, what is it? I wasn't sure what this thing was. And I know my grandma bought it for me. So I've always been under the belief that my mom is wrong, because everything I say is correct. But that my grandma, didn't know what to get me, so she went to the toy store and asked for the hottest new toy, which was the Nintendo Entertainment System. Because at that point, I think that was 89 or 90. Yeah, it was flying off the shelves at that point. Everybody was playing Super Mario. So yeah, same thing with The Legend of Zelda. I loved Legend of Zelda when I was a kid. Mega Man, Castlevania, Metroid, Super Mario. I still own both of my original NESs. I am looking at them right now with my original Gold Zelda 2 and my original copy of Metroid. I still have them. And but it was the N64. I got the N64, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, Ocarina of Time was great. Mario 64 was amazing, even though if it gave birth to their first weirdest controller ever. Did you know that the reason the Nintendo 64 controller looks the way it does was because they built the controller around controlling Mario in Mario 64 super easily?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Basically, they were making Mario 64, and it's okay, well, we need to do this, and we need to make the camera do this. Okay, so let's put a button here. So it just kind of turned out as a weird-looking...
I really don't mind the N64 controller. I grew up playing the N64, and it fits perfectly in my hand. I like it more than the old Xbox controllers, the big fat ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the ones where you needed 2 people to play?
Yeah, those ones.
Everybody hold the left side.
Yeah, when I got my original Xbox, almost said Xbox One, when I got my original Xbox, it was the second model, so it came with the tiny controllers. Or this, I shouldn't say tiny, I should say normal sized.
Oh man, that just reminded me. Devin, remember the long nights we had on the N64 playing Weasels and Conker's Bad Fur Day?
I remember those. I
used
remember
to
staying up pretty
Go
late.
ahead.
I was just saying, I remember staying up pretty late. I also stayed up, and I didn't like it at the time because it freaked me out, but the Majora's Mask, how it's a really, really dark game, it used to scare me as a kid. And stuff. I wouldn't play it like at dark and stuff.
Oh man, there was that Mario Party, Mario Kart, Resident Evil. I think 2. No, was there Resident Evil on the N64? I can't remember.
Yes, there was. I think I have Nemesis for my N64.
Perfect Dark, James Bond.
James
GoldenEye.
Bond was really good.
Yeah, that was my friends would come over and we'd stay up all night playing. We would play GoldenEye multiplayer until we got sick of it, which getting sick of it meant they were tired of me throwing. What were those mines called? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's the proximity mines. I would throw them on all the spawn points because I memorized where all the spawn points were on the maps. So I throw proximity mines next to them, and then when they spawn, they just die.
I thought you were
So-
going to say they got tired of you shooting them with the golden gun.
No, I was much more of a dick. I would just let them spawn and die. And then so when we got sick of that, then we play Star Fox multiplayer.
That's another game I forgot about, Star Fox.
Star Fox. What else?
There
was
was also the
Pokemon
original
Stadium.
Pokemon Stadium. Pokemon Snap was one of my favorites.
Pokemon Snap was awesome.
There was also another game here. Let me think. Your
Bio Freaks was another fun one.
Bio Freaks,
Turok.
Turok. Yeah, that's where it got real as the Turok multiplayer for us over here.
Well, another one that was my N64 life. It was one of the very first games I ever got. Next to Ocarina of Time, it was Project Silicon Valley. Still to this day, one of my favorite games.
I never even heard of that.
You were like a little robot microchip, and you had to go take over other animals and levels. And it was a pretty fun game. Go check it out sometime. It's a really goofy game.
I'll have to do that. But we're also forgetting one of the biggest games that was on the N64 that debuted on the N64. That was Super Smash Brothers.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The two favorite things to do in that game was to either use Link or Samus with their hookshot or grappling beam and throw people off the edge, or just use Link's reach with his sword to get someone pinned against a wall and corner fuck them until they're 300%.
And then just overbeat them and slam them off the map. Yep.
All you needed to do was just throw your boomerang at them.
Yeah, at that point, just so much as sneeze on them, they're gone. Yeah, back on Super Nintendo again, I used to remember staying up all night again with my cousin playing Zombies Ate My Neighbors all the time.
Oh, that game was... love Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Sad thing is, though, it was one I never owned. I always had to rent it. So it's Mom, please, just $2. It's $2, $3, come on.
That's...
She's like, but you just got a new game a week ago. I'm like, I know, but I really gotta play Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It has to happen. We have to do this.
That's kind of what got me into gaming was Zombies Ate A Link to the Past and Zombies Ate My Neighbors, because I remember when I was a little kid, I don't know, 10 or so, maybe a little younger, probably, but I went over to my cousin's house as I would every weekend because my mom would go there after work and I'd go with her, and my cousin's like, I got this Super Nintendo. I remember sitting there watching him and my cousins Jordan and Kurt play, A Link to the Past and Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And it's just dude, man, this game's awesome. And A Link to the Past is what really got me into Nintendo and Zelda. And my mom saw how much I always liked it, and sure enough, I got birthday rolled around. And there was a Super Nintendo and A Link to the Past, and yeah.
Nintendo really shaped the person I am today, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because, like I said, I got the NES, and we hooked it up, and I played it. I couldn't. At first, I had no idea what I was doing. I was running into Goombas on Mario. It's this button makes you jump. Okay. And then, but then I was like, kind of, I'm still wasn't sure like the main point here. So I'd watch my stepdad play it, and then he got into it, but he would play it, and then he wanted to like he got into it so much, like he's like I have to beat the game, but to him he thought level 1-4 was the end of the game, so he would stay up all night trying to beat level 1-4 of Super Mario Bros. Level 1-3 of 1-4 is where he got stuck, and then it was I don't know like midnight. I was in bed, and he stayed up playing it, and then I'm just woken up by, are you fucking serious? Fuck this game. Because he finally beat level 1-4, and he saw what everyone else has seen, the biggest, troll in gaming at the very start. Thank you, Mario, but the princess is in another castle. He was done. But then from there, we got, we ended up getting Gradius, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and then we saw that Nintendo Power was offering their subscription. If you bought a year subscription, or like a 2-year or something like that, you would get a free game with a free strategy guide. And so we signed up for that. I got Dragon Warrior, which was the original Dragon Quest game, for free, with a strategy guide and a fold-out map. And then I got Nintendo Power once a month. So I became known as that kid that knew everything about video games, and I liked being that person.
I mean, I'd say for a majority of us, Nintendo more or less shaped who we are as gamers and whatnot, but I don't think there isn't a person who plays video games that has never, at least once or multiple times in their life, played a Nintendo game. I mean, I think, Sam, you're the different one here. Didn't you start with a Sega, wasn't it?
No, I had like more of a PC kind of background. I rented a Sega. We call the Mega Drives, Genesis, I suppose, a couple of times, but apart from that. But
so you were on the other side of the console war, huh?
Pretty much.
He was the country not going to war. They were staying out of it at that point.
We stuck with England and went with like the Atari and Commodore and all that kind of stuff. But we're getting very close to the whole console-y. I mean, we could probably do another complete podcast about this thing alone.
I was about to say this whole inning just sounds like the start of a new podcast.
So it might be an idea to wrap up now, I think.
But playing Mortal Kombat with my uncle was so much fun on the Sega. Okay, I'm done.
Getting into fist fights over Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis on the playground was so much fun.
Wait, what?
That's what the console wars was.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Sega Genesis versus
bunch
Super
of kids
Nintendo.
fighting each other.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong was way better.
See, that's why. Like, I think I've said it before, I'm just going to say it before we wrap up. That's why you always get excited when new consoles come out. I know the whole thing now is just like, we'll just get a PC, it does everything. Granted, it does. But I get nostalgic, and I enjoy all the shit talking. It makes me feel nostalgic. At the end of the day, I don't care. I just don't care. But when it starts, I just enjoy it. It reminds me of the good old days.
Yeah, it really does. It's just like, but for me, I don't care. I prefer, this one over that one myself, but that's just me. It doesn't, hey, that's getting that, and we're not, that's pretty cool, that's awesome. We're getting that, that's cool too. Whatever, I'm not taking sides, but I'm good. I've said my piece.
See, like, there's games out there that one console has that doesn't on another, like, for example, the Fable games for the Xbox, those games are really fun. I really enjoyed them, but they were only for Xbox.
Yeah, no,
And PC eventually.
Shit.
Yeah, PC eventually.
Well, I really enjoy the Halo series. I actually like the first-player campaigns of the Halo games. I enjoy the story. I find them fun, but I have to buy an Xbox to play them, which is why I have an Xbox original on 360.
Last round too.
Yeah. But then on my PS4, I got Bloodborne. So, or I'm going to borrow it or get it soon, but there's exclusive ones all around. I don't think I had a point.
Consoles are fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Games are fun.
There we go.
Games.
Looking at all the funny GIFs that happen afterwards.
Yeah. See, that's the shit I enjoy. I enjoy like the shit talking, but it's like when you're playing like a game of football, like when you played Little League and you're out there on the field, and you're like one of their team gets on base and you're playing first base, so you're like, you suck, you're terrible, everything you do is awful, your mother doesn't love you because you're adopted. You're just
Wow.
all this. But then at the end of the game, whoever wins, you all high five each other and say, "Good game, good game, good job, good hustle out there." Yeah, that's what we need. We need Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo to force us to shake hands at the end of all the funny gifts. And I guess Gaben will probably just sit there and laugh at us because that's what Gaben does from his Platinum Throne. Made out of Half-Life 3 copies that will never be released.
Oh god, don't even get me started on that. That's for next time. So we'll wrap up there, shall we?
Alright.
Alright.
I guess.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. I mean, we can talk about console wars and shit on the next podcast. So there
To
you
be
go.
continued.
Yes, look forward to that.
Back to the Future music.
Coming soon. Alright, so thanks for listening. What's the normal things we say? Subscribe. We need more subscribers, please. There is some more content going up. Me and Dean have played more Battle Block, so that's coming out slowly.
However,
Although,
with my
unfortunately,
computer melting.
yeah, we'll hopefully try and play some more soon once he gets a new PC.
Real quick, one more thing. If you're looking for more comedy, more of like in-person comedy, and you're in the Pacific Northwest, check out pnwcomedy.com. They
we'll put a link in as well.
yeah, they're by the time this episode's out, the downtown comedy show they're running here locally in Klamath Falls where I live, that'll already be over. But there's always stuff coming up on its page, and if you're in the Oregon, Northern California area, Washington, yeah, pnwcomedy.com, or we'll throw a thing.
Sounds good. Awesome. All right. Yeah, subscribe, please. There is cool stuff. Oh, we got Cards Against Humanity coming out soon as well, once I edit it.
Oh, we do. We have to edit out all those off-color clips.
No, that's what keeps it good.
We'll need lots of censorship for that episode.
Nah.
One episode's just going to be a long beep and a black screen.
Yep. And then at the end of us, and then there might be us laughing at the end.
It's like watching Clerks 2 on Comedy Central. Hey guys, is about to. Ha! That! Hurry, guys!
What's the point of even watching it at that point?
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, finally, later, dudes.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Devin, for joining us. It was fun having you.
Just glad to be here.
All right. See you, everyone. Bye.
Hey.
See you.